But it's not that I resent her success.
Sure you do. And you have a right to. Baby, come on. Pam used the salon's reserves as startup capital for Roots to Riches. She used your storage room to house it. She uses your place of business to promote and to sell it. I'd say that makes you entitled to a cut.
I mentioned this in my episode review as well as the live stream because when I watched the episode, Miss Lisa seemed to have been gassing up Karen, and it's like I had to rewatch the scene to see how it played out in terms of the dialogue, and it's one of the reasons why I was disappointed slightly about this week's episode because we had the setup of Karen confronting Pam about the salon finances, the way she's been dipping into the salon funds for her own product, and as a result, it screwed everything up. I wish we had seen that conversation play out because it really would have helped in terms of categorizing, okay, how exactly did she screw up? What's the compromise? Will Karen, cut her off like she claimed she would have done earlier in the season from the company credit card? How will Pam reciprocate, or excuse me, repair the damage that she did by replacing the funds? So I believe this video might be entitled, is Karen entitled to some of Pam's money? And I made this comparison in the episode review, and at first I'm like, nah, Miss Lisa, it's like she's gassing Karen up, and it's like I I get she's being her mom, telling her what she needs to hear, but it just felt off to me that Karen would even need that push from her mom to tell Pam what's what. Because if we go back to season 2, when her credit card had a bill of up to $5,000 in Zach's name, she thought Zach did it and immediately rushed to have him arrested. Yet now she knows Pam was the one who screwed up the salon's finances and put the salon in turmoil about the the insurance premiums or whatever heck it was. And she hasn't even talked to her about it. It's like she's dancing on eggshells about it, which I feel like is a major contradiction of her character. Now, somebody on Twitter is like, well, Jeremy, what I want to know is, what does Pam have on Karen? Is that why she's, not running to, confront her? Which is weird because over the past 6 seasons, Karen has never wasted time trying to put Pam in her place or tell her what's what. Personally, my first instinct was like, you know what? I think the reason Karen hasn't said anything to Pam is because she can kind of lord it over her in regards to like, well, this is my salon and you're using my money and this, that, and the third to, store and distribute your product. So it's kind of like with Zach, she would always throw in his face everything she would do for him. So no matter how much he did for her in return, she would always give that list of, well, you owe me for this, this, and that. But Karen was ready to confront Pam, but then we just either went to commercial break or went to the next scene. And then when we go back to the salon, Pam's just at the front and Danny walks in and it's like, so what happened? Did you get cut off from the credit card? Did you agree to pay back the money? What's happening? We just don't know. We just don't know. But more to the point of this video, I do think that Karen is entitled to a cut of the money because I use this example in my review, and I say this from my experience as an eBay seller. eBay is the platform where I sell my products, whether it's trading cards, video games, action figures, other forms of collectibles, what have you. So whenever I sell an item for like $50, $100, $200, whatever the final price is from an offer or an auction or a set price, I don't, just because, an item sells for like $85 doesn't mean I get $85. There are a lot of things that need to be deducted. Shipping cost, taxes, and of course, eBay seller fees. Because eBay doesn't just allow a person to make $1,000 without getting a cut of that money. Because guess what? eBay is the platform in which you can sell the product. Now, when it comes to Karen, Pam straight up told Marie, Andy, and Hayden, like, yeah, I cooked up this little product in my boss's kitchen at the salon with some products, and she made her brand, product Roots to Riches from that. Now, Miss Lisa broke it down. So she used money from the salon to get her business started, to purchase the product. She stores Roots to Riches stuff at the salon, and then she distributes it from your salon. Now, there's a bit of give and take there, because remember that episode where there was a line formed around the block for people, buying Roots to Riches. And I feel like there's a symbiotic relationship there where Pam has been helping the salon. Yeah, she's been using salon money for her own product, but I'm not going to sit here and ignore the fact that I have no doubt in my mind that her social media presence, her word of mouth, and customer satisfaction from Roots to Riches has helped out has helped Karen out in some ways. But I feel like a conversation should have been had when this whole thing started, because Pam really messed up, because remember the day of the grand opening, the power went off because the bill wasn't paid due to the automatic auto pay not working, because Pam spent way too much money. I believe it wasn't just on Roots to Riches stuff, but I believe she was buying just random things for the salon as decoration. And Karen's like, no, girl, we can't be spending all this money, which goes back to me like, yeah, Karen, you're not a great business owner, because you should have been keeping tabs on all this stuff. Now, Pam should have known better because she's not experienced. I mean, well, then again, I shouldn't say she should know better, because she clearly shows her ignorance by going, oh, don't worry about it. It's deductibles. Taxes will take care of it. I'm like, in a way, she's right. But the thing is, if you spend all of your money on stuff for the salon, which are write-offs, you got to hope that you're able to make a return quicker than you spend it. But the thing is, you got to have money left in your account for your bills. Like for me, I got this house. I have other bills to take care of, and I spend money sometimes. Like, okay, if I'm in Walmart or if I'm on Amazon or GameStop, and I see some collectibles on clearance, whether it's trading cards or figures and what have you, and I'm like, wait a minute, this figure that's usually $49.99 is marked down to $19.75. So if I buy this, I get a huge discount for one. But then if I just, keep it in one of the closet or in the storage building for a few months or maybe even a year or two, the value is going to go up. And then I'm going to make a huge return on the money I spent. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if I theoretically have $3,000 in my bank account, I don't take $3,000 and spend all that on stuff. Okay, let me see. I need a few things for my, tech stuff for my YouTube channel and whatnot. Let me get a green screen. Let me get a new microphone. Let me spend so much money on different things. Let me buy cardboard boxes for eBay. And then my bank account is zero. But when it's time to make my house payment or pay the electricity and I don't have any money, whoa, what am I supposed to do? I think Pam, she definitely did not look before she leaped. Now, it's a good thing her product blew up, but at the same time, she's taking money without putting it back into the pot. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that Pam is an essential asset to Karen's success due to the fact that there have been several times where without Pam, the salon would have went belly up a long time ago, or Karen would have found herself in a position where she would have truly had to be alone, because Pam has been in her corner more than anyone else when you really think about it, especially when she's went through the highs and lows, mainly the lows of her salon, the first one and then the current one. But at the same time, I think Pam definitely should have known better than to just expect to take money from the salon's funds to use on her own product, due to the fact that she knows Karen has gone through a lot emotionally and financially after losing the first salon. Brian seemed to be the knight in shining armor, but then he dipped not long after she bought this new building. So it's almost like she had to start over halfway in the midst of starting over again. So spending all this money on a product you didn't even know would work was truly a gamble not worth taking at that time. Now, we know that she eventually got her business license, LLC, and she got a loan from the bank for herself. But my question is, What about the money she made from her first initial orders of Roots to Riches from customers? Did she put that money back in the pot? So Miss Lisa, I agree. Karen is entitled to a cut of the money. She is. But like I mentioned before, there should be some give and take there. It's like, you know what, Karen, yeah, you're definitely right. First of all, I'm going to replace all of the money that I took from the salon's funds for my product. That's the first thing. But then from there, it's like, yeah, you're right. I can give you a little piece of change because I do store my product here and whatnot. But let's not ignore the fact. Let's not ignore the fact that Roots to Riches has helped you, rather than just simply put money in my pocket. Because there have been customers who came here specifically for Roots to Riches, and they set up appointments to be new customers at your salon. So there could be, it's almost like a sponsorship thing. It's like, when people want to, do ads on YouTube channels. It's like, hey, we'll give you like a free, shaving kit if you do like an ad for it in one of your videos, that kind of thing. You know how some YouTubers have sponsors and they have advertisers and whatnot. I think that should be the discussion rather than, Pam, you owe me money, I deserve a cut. There needs to be a civil conversation. Like, break it down for real. Like, Pam, you know what? I'm proud of you, and I hope your brand continues to grow, but you really screwed over the salon's finances. And I think I mentioned this in another video too, maybe the one about Karen not being good at running a business. Pam put the salon, she put Karen's business in jeopardy to start her own. But the thing is, it's not just Karen's salon that's in trouble here. It's not just Karen's pockets that's in trouble here. She also endangered the future of all of her fellow coworkers, because if the salon goes belly up because of Pam spending all this money, that screws over the 8+ employees who work there. I don't know how many people work at the salon, but there are a bunch of them. That's all I'm saying. So I definitely feel like that conversation should have been shown in this episode. Miss Lisa was definitely right about, Karen needing to lay down the law with Pam as well as, get her cut. But at the same time, I still don't know why in the world Karen would need to have that have someone kick her in the behind to, get her to say this, because she's had no problem, chewing out Pam before. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.